Building with Papa. Okay, I'm going to refinish this tub. This is my first time using this product. I usually hire other people to come and refinish the tubs and stuff, but the customers always complain because of the fumes. Everything really smells horrible, and they can't even stay in the house for 24 hours. So I found this product online, and I'm going to give it a try. As you can see right now, I've speeded things up while I'm doing the sanding and the cleaning so that you don't have to waste a lot of time. But this is very, very, very important. Okay? We're using the Lysol Power. This is a very good product. You need to wear gloves because it will burn you. All right, so I'm getting through this tub. I had actually cleaned it the night before. I had used the Lysol cleaner that I had in the house, and it had the something else in it. It wasn't the Lysol Power. So I picked it up this morning, and it's a big difference with the Lysol Power. The other one I didn't have gloves on. It didn't burn, nothing. This one here, even with the gloves on, but when I got it on any of my skin, it was burning. Well, once you put the Lysol Power on, let it sit for a good 10 minutes. Very important step, okay? I had sanded down the chips before I washed it down, and I had 2 big chips in the front, and you should use a bonding agent over it. I decided not to, but I think it hurt me in the end. I'm probably going to have to do a repair on that, but no big deal. All right. Now, get everything cleaned up and dried up. I used a towel, and now I'm using the heat gun to get all the standing water to make sure I get it all dry. It needs to be 100% dry when you're doing this. All right. Once you know you have it dry, also take a rag and go in it and start to get any of the debris that may be left in there. And then get your masking tape and cover up the drain hole and the overflow. Now, I'm redoing this bathroom, so you could see I don't have tile on the wall, so I elected to do this first before I do the tile. And I pulled the drain out. Make sure you use the masking tape double thickness. It is going to make a big difference if you do it. Now, carefully cut it out in there, leaving a little bit onto the tub so that it'll keep the debris from, or not only the debris, keep the material from going down the drain. Now, I stuffed a towel down in the drain, a small towel first, before I put the masking tape over it. I elected to do that just in case I had any issue. I did not want any of the product going down into the drain, because if it does, you got a big problem. Once this stuff hardens, it is unbelievable. All right. Well, I have a little bit of a tough time putting it over the overflow, but I think I have it now. I cut off an area a little more than I wanted to, so I need to add another piece of tape and then cut that out. Now, once you're satisfied with that, your next step is to start mixing. The mixing is very, very important. It tells you to mix by hand for 10 minutes. Do a timer. Make sure you mix it. Your arms are going to get tired. Alternate. Do whatever you have to, but continue to mix for 10 minutes. Then let it sit for 5 minutes. Also, use a timer. Every one of these steps are very important. Okay, now once it's set for 5 minutes, then your next is you mix it by hand for 3 more minutes. Remember, I know it seems like a lot of mixing, but it is very, very, very important that you do so. All right. Well, now I think I have the drain the way I want it. I believe I took it off because I had forgotten to put the rag in, and now I got it in there, so I had to redo it a second time. This material is called Ecopel 2K. I was unsure about this product, but now after doing it, I really enjoy it. I really like it. I will always use this on whenever I'm refinishing something. Okay, now I've already mixed the 10 minutes, let it set for 5, and remixed it for 3. Now you get your foam roller, and I have this little plastic container with the cat treats. It's all cleaned out, and I decided to use it to pour because I think it works a little better than a solo cup. But that was my preference. You can use a solo cup. Now, you start pouring it on here. I got a little on the wall. It's not a big deal. This stuff really does wipe off with a dry paper towel. Takes a few wipes, but you know, if you had it on tile or something like that that you needed to get it off of, it comes off right away. Well, as I'm pouring this product, I'm watching how it's flowing, and this stuff flows really nice. So I'm going to wipe this off, but I don't need to that much. I'm just going to get the heavy stuff off so it's flat, so it doesn't interfere with the tile that I'm installing. All right, now I've got to pour some more. And now I'm wondering what's here. Do I have enough product to do this tub? I'm looking at what's left and what I actually have, and it's got me a little nervous. But it says to pour the full container on 3 sides of the tub. Your front and your back, and the long end up against the wall. So I go ahead and I pour it. And I'm watching it flow. It looks good. I like where it sets when it's flattening out. It really does level out well. But I have to tell you, when I'm doing this is my first time doing this, and I'm getting a little nervous that I have enough product to do this whole tub. There's very little left here in this bucket. And maybe I should have used a solo cup because it would have been less material in the cup. I didn't think about that. So I'm trying to pour it like it shows evenly. And just let it flow down. As it flows down, you can see where I've already poured it and how quick it starts to level out. So now at this point, I've poured pretty much all. I've poured all of the product out. So there looks like there's a lot of tub left to do. So the next thing you do is you get your sponge roller. Now, I know he said to leave the top, where you just roll down the sides. That must take a little bit more experience in doing this. My first time, I had a lot of product still on the top edge. And I'm trying to get more up there because I see how much is flowing. And I still got the whole face and the inside of the tub that's facing me. So through this here, I've done it with the real time so that you can see all that goes on. It's really important. Now, what I did is I ran my roller across the top for 2 reasons. I wanted to get the excess to come down the tub. So I'm rolling the top and I'm pulling the excess over the lip so that it will run down inside the tub. All right, it's pooling up here in the corner, but I just pull it to me, and it begins to run down the tub. There seems to be quite a bit of product up there. So I'm trying to take the excess and push it up the tub. Because remember now, I have no more in my bucket. And I still have a lot of tub to go. So I'm starting to question it. But somehow this product flows And I continue to go, and it gets the whole tub coated. So now all I'm doing is manipulating it, pushing it up. And I'm in the back, I have a lot, so I'm pulling it down. And I have set my timer because you have to mix for 10 minutes, let it sit for 5, and then mix again for 3. That's 18 minutes. He says you only have an hour of time from when you mix it to when you're finished. So the mixing time is included. So what I did is I set a timer for myself at 40 minutes. All right, the piece of cardboard I have is part of the box, and you use it as a scoop. It says it right on the container. So I'm starting to scoop up some of this extra material that's on the bottom because it continues to flow down the walls. You can see where I'd put the other material on that edge. It's all flowed down, and there's a lot here in the back area. So I keep scooping. I'm trying to make sure I get enough material to do the rest of this tub. Remember, this is my first time using this product. I have never used this product before. Okay, scoop it. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I think I have enough material now to do this job. And it didn't look like it at first. But I can't believe how much material I'm able to scoop up right now. All right, now, once you've scooped what you believe is enough, that you've gotten plenty out of there, then you're going to get ready to coat the front. Now this is a bit trickier doing the front because you see you're leaning over the tub and you're trying to do a finished product. So right now I'm leaning over the tub, and now I'm going to have to pour this over the top of the front and then be able to work the outside and the inside of this tub. All right, I think I have enough product now, and let's give it a shot. I'm going to pour the right on top of this top edge so that it flows on the inside first, and then to pour enough to where it flows on the outside. Yeah, keep going. You know, it's got me a little nervous. I'm unsure that I'm going to have enough to do the face, the outside face. So I'm letting it pour out, but it's got me a little worried. So now I'm going to use the foam roller across the top so that it pushes to the edges and starts to flow on the inside and the outside of the tub. You can see I put masking tape on the floor. I had ripped up all the tile that's on the floor inside, so I didn't have to worry about how much, material I got on the floor or anything else, because I elected to do the finish first. I watched a lot of the videos of this product, and they do a lot of different things, and it's hard to scratch. So I did this on a Friday so that I would have the whole weekend for it to dry, and then I'm going to be starting the tile. And once I get done with the tile, I'm going to put the non-skid finish on the inside of the tub. So if I do any scratch or anything of me standing inside the tub, this will cover it up and give a non-skid finish. All right, now we're going to roll this over and try to get this to flow to both sides of the tub, the inside and the outside of the tub. Now, this part is a little tougher for me. I wish I would have had a little bit more product to run down the face. So I'm pushing it down and see what I can do and see if I can find a little bit more product here to make this happen. But I'm pushing with a lot of pressure because I'm trying to get it to flow down the front. All right, well, it's got me a little nervous, but I'm going to push through. I'm going to keep going. See if I can find any more product on the inside once this rest of this starts to flow down. All right, well, I found more product on the very back of the tub. There's quite a bit back there. And there's some at the front, so I'm going to push it up and try to get my sides to flow even better. You pull up from the bottom, and that'll get this material to start to flow even more. It's amazing to me how this product flows. Every time I think I don't have enough material, there's more material. I don't know if it's multiplying or what it's doing, but it's flowing down. I don't know the thickness that it actually stops flowing, but it's pretty neat. I like this product. I don't have to use a respirator. I just follow the instructions. I got some on my shirt. My shirt leaned on there. So I don't know if I'm going to have to fix that or not, but it's not much I can do. So I'm trying to get some more product on this front. Really needed to be able to pour more on here, but I was being very cautious or whatever with the material, making sure I had enough on the inside. If I had a problem on the outside, there is a kit you can buy to fix the outside. So I'm going to move this product back and forth in here, and it just seems to flow real nice. You can't even see the drain. The tape is there. It keeps flowing. And there's more product down here. So I'm pushing it all the way to the back. I keep pushing it all the way to the back to see if I can pick up some more material for the front of this tub. Yeah, we're starting to get it on here now. And there seems to be, a lot of marks, but there's awful lot of material here on the back end of this tub. It's just coming down the walls, I guess, and there's quite a bit of material there. So I'm trying to get this to where it'll flow. You really need to be able to put enough material on it so it flows down like the inside. There's actually more material here than you need. You just have to be careful in trying to put it on there. I think I should have poured more on this front than what I did to try and get it moving. It's making me work hard. But for my first time, I think it's coming out pretty good. Time will tell. All right, I don't want to put too many marks into it. I want to try to get enough material off that edge, so I'm pushing it across to come off that front edge so that it'll flow down. Remember, I have a timer going, okay? Once I mixed it, and then after mixing, I allowed myself 40 minutes of being able to use the roller. This way, I should not leave any marks in it. It should flow very nice. And you can see it keeps flowing. Look at where the drain is. You can't even see the tape anymore. So I begin to pull more material, trying to get it to go to the front of this tub. But all in all, it's not bad. I think it's a very good product, especially now that I know what it looks like at the end. and I had a little bit left over in my bucket, and this stuff dries really, really, really hard. And it has a beautiful gloss white. I also have another project I'm going to do, and I ordered some beige. Now, the color beige on the site looks horrible. And then when I opened it up for a job, it looked like it was pretty pink. But once I did the job, it looked good. When it dried darker. And I like it. So now I'm just double checking everything. My concern is this front, that I had enough material for it. I've got everything covered. Problem is, it doesn't look great. So it's got me a little nervous. I know this stuff flows and flows very good and levels itself out. But I tell you, at this point, it doesn't look pretty. And you start to wonder, did I make the right decision? So now I cut the other corner off, or the other flap off the box, to see what material I have here. And there's still quite a bit of material in the middle. So I'm scooping some up so I can try and take care of this side. Because this face of this tub, it's not looking really good at this point. And the whole thing is because I was worried about having enough material. And I'll tell you what, you really do have enough material. The next time I do a tub, I'm not going to be that concerned about it. Look at all this extra material. Now I'm going to have to roll it on the inside again, just to push the material back and forth so that it'll flow. And then this tub on the inside will look perfect. And here I'm just trying to get enough material to do this front face. Yep, got my shirt on it again. Okay. Now, that very top is where I had the chips, and I'm concerned about it because they don't look great, but I'm going to get it worked out. All right. Now, I have some more material in the can. Let me see if I can get this bottom rolled out. Just roll it up one side, back up the other, back and forth, up. Okay, and all I'm doing is moving the material. The material does all the flowing. I'm not trying, it looks like I'm painting it, but I'm not. All I'm trying to do is get this material to flow. And it surprisingly, it just keeps flowing. So now at this point, I'm going to have to just move the material up, trying to get it from the drain, going up to the back, because the bottom of the tub is sloped towards the drain. So as I'm rolling this up here with this material, it'll go back towards the drain. So I'm going across it again, so the sides will flow in, the back will flow down the middle, and I keep looking at it and going, man, I'm not sure. Because it's not pretty at this point. You see some ripples, you see some things, and you just don't know how it's going to pan out. And the thing is, I've never done this before. So now I'm touching the front a little bit Trying to make sure I have enough material to cover this. But at some point here, now I just got to let it be. I know I've worked with different materials before, and the more you mess with material, depending on what it is, you can make matters worse. So I'm just going to have to let it sit. Now I scooped out where the drain is, try to get some more of the material off of there, and now I see a few bubbles. So I take the heat gun, and man, the bubbles just popped right away. I only had like 3 bubbles in one spot, and they came out right away. So now all we could do is let this sit, and I'm going to come back in about 3 hours to pull the tape off. All right, so now I'm back. It's 3 hours later, and I'll tell you, it's amazing. The tub looks really good. Way better than it did when I left. And now I had pulled up some of the material off the drain with a paper towel, and you saw I had a drip there. And I left it, and then even before I left, that drip even flattened out. Well, this is only 3 hours after I did the product, but it looks amazing. I'm really, really like this product.